Supposing I had a serious accident or was taken seriously ill yesterday, what would happen to my affairs today?
Okay, this is where the laws of incapacity come in. Now, this is a lifetime thing, not necessarily a death thing, so it's not about wills. Okay. If you're unable to make a legal choice or decision because of illness or because of accident, i.e., you might be unconscious in a coma, or you might be, with some form of disease that's stopping you from, making those decisions, then you're deemed to be incapacitated. Okay, you might have heard that sort of phrase around. Basically, what that means is once you are deemed as incapacitated, this is how the law works. Any solely owned or jointly owned assets, and we're talking about homes, buy-to-lets, bank accounts, savings accounts, life assurance policies, saving policies, bonds, anything financially or asset-based is frozen. So the banks have to freeze those bank accounts. Everything is frozen. What that does for your partner, your wife, your husband, your civil partner, is they are unable to utilize those accounts. So if we take for instance, that as a married couple they have a joint account where the life assurance is paid for, the mortgage is paid for, everything's paid out and paid into that account. Neither anything can be paid out by the bank or paid in by anybody to that account. It's frozen. So none of the things that get paid automatically each month get paid. We take a worst case scenario. If we have a couple where they have a mortgage and a term assurance to pay off that mortgage if one was to pass away, then and incapacity happened to one of that couple, at the end of the first month that life assurance policy is cancelled because the payment hasn't been made. Also, the mortgage hasn't been paid, so it starts to go into arrears. The most important thing is the life assurance in this circumstance, where if we then move forward 6 months and the person that was ill or had the accident then passes away, we're in a status where no money has come in, no mortgage has been paid for 6 months, so it's now 6 months in arrears, the life assurance has been cancelled, that person then dies, so no payout from the life assurance, mortgage is in arrears, the family's in complete and utter disarray. Everything's frozen. People don't know this, and it's a really, really serious circumstance. And the only way to get around this is to have placed lasting powers of attorney in place, so that in the event of this incapacity happens, your attorneys can take over everything and move on as normal. And hopefully then you get well again and everything comes back to normal. There's two types of powers of attorney. They're called lasting powers of attorney. One is for property and financial affairs. That's where everything's frozen that I've just spoken about. The second one is for health and welfare. The health and welfare one comes in that if you are incapacitated and you're put into a medical care home or you're in hospital, who's going to make the decisions as to how you're cared for and where you're cared for? Without a health and welfare lasting power of attorney, the local council makes the decisions, not the family. The family have no rights at all. Or if you're in hospital, the doctors make the decisions. Again, the families have no rights again. So it's really important that one thing is making a will for when you die, but for when we're alive, when circumstances happen, which we all read about and hear about on the news on a daily basis, is to have in place lasting powers of attorney.